Well, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say gentlemen and that one girl that likes Dragon Ball, yes, it is time. Chapter 103 of Dragon Ball Super's manga has finally dropped, and I know it got leaked, but it wasn't the best translation. Obviously, Toyotaro did not write this, so now we finally got the actual version of the Dragon Ball Super manga, and I seen that there are a lot of differences between this and the leaked version that give huge context as to what is going on in this fight, in these fights, and what the future of Dragon Ball Super actually holds. So there are some differences here. Let's go ahead and jump into them and see what we can spot. If you already noticed what differences there are from this and the leaked version, let me know in the comment section below, and make sure to stick to the very end of the video. That way you see if you can spot all the differences, and let me know what those differences were. And as always, huge shout out, love, and support to the Black Squad. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys make this all possible. We will get to the 500k mortal plan sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for all your support. If you want to be part of our squad, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and you'll never miss a video. Let's jump in. The fight begins relatively the same. There is no dialogue here. There is just Gohan, as I stated before, dropping some kicks on Goku and breaking through that Mastered Ultra Instinct form, because he did make contact. So to me, that means even at this stage, he's still hitting those licks. And we get our first big change where Goku says, "Not bad, Gohan. There's that intense latent potential you were always packing." So Goku in this, compared to the leaks, Goku in this is basically saying that this is Gohan's true potential. This is everything that we've seen from the very beginning, and I'm glad that we got the official release, because I think that the leaked version says something about hidden potential, like hinting that there is more to Gohan still. But no, this is just saying that this is what Goku and Raditz and everybody else already seen in Gohan since he was a little boy. And I just like the way this line hits even better, where Goku says, "You've molded it into something through training." Like, he's not just using potential and that's it, like he used in the past without any actual mastery of it. No, Goku is saying that he's actually trained and harnessed and molded the potential into like a dagger. And Gohan is saying the same thing too here. Says that it is Piccolo's teachings. He is the one that is to blame for his come up. He is the one to blame for how strong and how much he's mastered through the Beast Gohan transformation. And then Goku hints here that he has been training too. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the leaked version was fun, but this one has a lot more juice to it, saying that when it comes to training, I don't mess around. And then jumps into his the depths of Mastered Ultra Instinct. So that is also a hint that Goku has been training. Like, he's basically saying it outright that he has been training Mastered, and that's why he's able to use it at this depth and get somebody like Beast Gohan lacking on this level, because if he had not trained, he would not be able to do this. And with the fight, it's the same thing like I said before, where Goku is using the utmost of Ultra Instinct that he can possibly bring to the table. This is peak Ultra Instinct is what Goku is using, while Gohan has yet to get past this version of it. Like, he is just coming off of what he can do right now without powering up. And that is the trick to Beast Gohan's transformation, is that the more he powers up and is able to control that ki, the more he can accomplish. And Vegeta says the exact same thing he said here before, just a better way of saying it, that Goku's Ultra Instinct is giving him the edge in this battle, because without it, I don't think that Gohan would have any trouble with Goku whatsoever here. And finally, we get some clarification as to this line from Vegeta, because in the leaks it was just so confusing. But with this, it's saying a margin provided by sheer experience, I'd wager. He's talking still about Ultra Instinct and how he's using it to do battle with Gohan, and he's saying that the experience that Goku has had with Ultra Instinct is literally shifting the battle toward his favor, because he is now more experienced in it. Also showing that time throughout all this time between Granola and Superhero, he has been training Ultra Instinct. So this whole attack Ultra Instinct, Omen, True Ultra Instinct, the one that he was using against Granola, he only used it in that moment, using that version of Ultra Instinct in that battle to use more of his Saiyanness. But now he's using Mastered the way it's supposed to be. This is the strongest version of Ultra Instinct, not True Ultra Instinct. This is the strongest version of Ultra Instinct. This little back and forth between Goku and Gohan explains everything. It tells you what I just told you, where Goku is saying that this is the most that he can do with Ultra Instinct. I was just telling you that. Goku says here that he's mastered it. That's why Gohan cannot land a hit on him, because he has mastered Ultra Instinct, or at least, you know, mastered the extent of Ultra Instinct that he has, even though more than likely there's other levels of deep Ultra Instinct that he can still get into. And Gohan says it is a very, very, very impressive technique, but Goku has not witnessed what he can do in the full extent of Beast Mode, not just yet. And that's when he begins to power up. And Broly's the one that brings it up here. He says that he's building up energy, and as Vegeta's watching, he says essentially the same thing, but with a little bit of twist here, because in the leaks, he basically says that, you know, can you control that ki? He says the exact same thing here, but he uses the word prodigious levels of ki. So the definition of prodigious is resembling or befitting a prodigy, which, you know, is what Gohan essentially is. Strange, unusual, causing amazement or wonder, extraordinary in bulk, quantity, or degree, enormous. Basically, he used a really big word to summarize exactly what Gohan is doing. More than likely, I would guess that Gohan is building up as much ki as Broly usually has when he explodes and can't control himself anymore, if not more. And that is why Vegeta and Broly are both amazed. That is why Vegeta uses that word. And when Gohan attacks Goku, he is basically doing the exact same thing he did before. He is breaking Ultra Instinct. I told you, this is where Goku lost. This is where he knows that he's beaten, at least his Ultra Instinct is beaten, when he manages to witness Gohan build up more ki than even Broly and control it and not go berserk. And he uses that ki to attack Goku and break an angelic technique. And when he finally breaks it, Beerus doesn't say "the fuck." He says, well, this is their version of "the fuck," but basically the same thing. He uses the exclamation mark because he's confused as to what's going on. Like, this face that Beerus is making, showing that brute energy manipulation, brute ki advancement and manipulation that the Saiyan form of Beast can perform, similar to Broly's, can break divine techniques, can break divine forms. And that's exactly why Beerus looks this way, because he is like, wow. With this face, guys, I'm telling you right now, Beerus is questioning himself as to what he is doing in what's going on Earth. What is he doing with these Saiyans, and just the extent of the power that's coming from this, because I guarantee you that Beast Gohan is beyond, at least at this level, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, and he is probably getting close to Beerus. He's probably beyond Black Frieza, if I really got to be honest with you, at least from the extent that we've seen. But yeah, this is an L that Goku is taking right now, 110%. So we finally get to see the full page in all its glory, where Goku gets punched beyond the planet, breaking the planet basically, and Vegeta says, "Ultra Instinct's evasion couldn't keep up with that speed. A clean hit. Ow, how'd you pull that off? I boosted my ki just up to the point where I might snap, while still maintaining control. That's how I'd best describe it. Without snapping. Control, For now, that's the best way I've found to draw out my own power. I see. So you've put a lot of thought into this." This exchange is legendary. This is the exchange between Gohan, still not looking like he's gassed at all, breaking Ultra Instinct, Goku surprised, Vegeta surprised, and then Gohan explaining how to do it by just getting to the point where he might snap like Broly did in the Berserker transformation, and then maintaining control. So he didn't snap, and basically controlling all that ki at that point, and that's the best way that he did it. And this gives Goku the idea of Broly versus Gohan, and then Goku decides, let me just fight him a little bit longer, and he goes back into Ultra Instinct. So people are saying that this is not Goku taking an L because he goes back into the fight, and after this they're still fighting. But I'm telling you right now, he won that skirmish, he won that first battle, he broke Ultra Instinct. Now they're just kind of fighting to have fun. That's basically what's happening, and we can't just say because it was a one-off and they got back up, it's not an L, because there are several fights in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, where the exact same thing happened and we called it an L, we called it W, a W. So Beerus says the exact same thing he did in the leaks. He says, is Goku's son in a Super Saiyan form? Look how serious he is. And Whis is happy. He's like, no, it's not. It's not even divine technique. It's something his own. And Beerus is pissed. I'm telling you, these last 2 chapters, Beerus has been upset about what he's been watching, how strong these guys are becoming, and what he's unleashed just by having his dream of facing off against a Super Saiyan God. And his attitude, everything that has been happening in the last 2 or 3 chapters, I'm telling you right now, he is upset. And he is, and more than likely, when we come back from whatever break we're in, Beerus is going to have a storyline. It's going to be all about Beerus, just because there's so much buildup at the end of this arc around Beerus and what the next part of the story actually is. And then Broly says something like, it's actually kind of sad, where he says, wow, I never knew fighting like that was possible. And it's kind of sad because like Broly has fought at this level before, if not beyond it. But the reason he's saying, this is because he wasn't awake. He was broken. He was snapped out of it, like when he was fighting. So he really does not remember fighting at this level, but he can, and he has. So Goku stops the fight, telling him that he's got a good read on his powers. He's done. And Gohan was ready for more. Look at Gohan. He's ready to jump right back in. He's got that lightning around him. He's ready. But Goku, in Ultra Instinct mastered, he's like, nah. We're good. And he says, you're about the only one who could master a move like that in no time flat. Gohan, kudos, really. Honestly, I can rest easy knowing the Earth will be safe once I am gone. Doubling down on the fact that Gohan has mastered Beast in what I told you guys was about a week between the ending of Cell Max and the beginning of this arc, with Magenta's funeral and everything. And now Gohan basically has been passed down the torch as the defender of Earth, which is, if he's stronger than Goku and Vegeta, then he definitely is deserving. And that's when Gohan is called to fight Broly. And this is basically every Dragon Ball fan's dream fight right here, ever since Superhero and ever since Broly. The 2 guys that got new transformations or transformations in the 2 movies that came out are finally facing off. And this is interesting. Vegeta is saying that you wanted to end the duel without fighting and figure out who was the winner, which is unlike Goku. And Goku says, no, I just wanted to test his skill. I didn't want to beat him. That way he's got more to look forward to. And then Vegeta's like, does Broly have this high expectation too? And he says yes, that they are similar. With Vegeta saying, indeed, the notion of Beast certainly fits Broly as well. And he says, I'm hoping this will be just the inspiration that he needs. Basically, Goku taking a backseat as Broly's master, or as one of the teachers. Like, Goku and Vegeta here are absolutely, in the last ending of Dragon Ball Super Superhero arc, this is them being masters. And I guarantee you, in the new story, they will be masters. They will be teachers to the next generation. And Gohan is so confident, which is something I love about him here. He says, I hear you're a powerhouse in your own right, Broly. And Broly's like, nah, I want to see your transformation. It's very similar. I think Broly realizes it's very similar to his. He wants to see it. And so Gohan just jumps right into it. Like, again, Gohan and his mastery over Beast, it's just so much better than everything else. It's so much better than all the other transformations and techniques and abilities at this point, because how easy he can go into it, how easy he can get out of it, how much he's broken that stamina barrier and all that stuff. Like, he has really been the OG, almost overpowered at this point, but he is really up there in strength and transformation, at least in rankings for me. And with the Gohan and Broly skirmish, we definitely know that this is basically a fight that Broly in base cannot win. and that is when he is pushed into going into his berserker transformation, like the full one. You can see it from the back. This is the full transformation. This is not the Ikari. This is not Quasi. This is the full transformation. And they're worried that he snapped. And no, his eyes are still there. Goku says he's gone Super Saiyan, but look, his eyes tell us he's still himself. That's good for him. He's tamed his own unruly transformation. And Gohan's a little bit taken aback by how much power Broly has, and he says the exact same thing here. He says, unlike any of the other Super Saiyan forms I've seen. So there seems to be variations of Super Saiyan forms that we're getting here, with Ikari being one and Beast being another. Because obviously, for everything they're saying in this chapter, Beast is a Super Saiyan transformation. No doubt about it. And it's not angelic, has no God Ki. It's just the ultimate Super Saiyan. Basically what it is. I was right. Everything they were saying in this, I was right. I called it. I told you guys that's what it was. I explained to you guys that's what it was. And I'm glad I got that theory right. You know, I am really happy I got that theory right. And Whis and Beerus say something interesting here, because Whis says that Broly has had a breakthrough. And grumpy Beerus over here says it's just a Super Saiyan, though. Meanwhile, Goku's kid has a better handle on the power he's toting. Meaning that the transformation that Broly is in is just regular Super Saiyan, basically. It's his own Super Saiyan version. And Beast Gohan is the Super Saiyan, but again, remember, he's a Super Saiyan with all his potential unlocked completely, coming from that ultimate Gohan transformation. So Gohan still has an upper hand over Broly here, but Broly can get much stronger. But that's the thing, he just transformed, and that's why Beerus is saying that. But he is making a distinction that these two Super Saiyan transformations are different. And with Broly getting his ass kicked here, which is exactly what Beerus said, Whis says a suitable candidate for the next God of Destruction, perhaps. Like, they keep talking about this, so this is legit a thing that's going to happen soon. And Beerus says, no way, not a chance. Destruction isn't in the cards for someone that's straight-laced. Indeed. Meaning that you need some chaotic energy, you need some chaos inside you, you need to be a little bit more evil to be a God of Destruction, which is something that Beerus is looking for in a candidate, and he's saying right now that Gohan cannot be one, no matter his strength. Regardless of his strength, he cannot be a God of Destruction, which you add God of Destruction onto Beast Gohan's transformation, that's a crazy combination, but Gohan isn't like gonna be destroying planets. He's not like that. And this is when Vegeta demands a duel. He wants a battle royale, and they all jump in and they're all fighting. Still interesting to see that Gohan is facing off against what looks like to be Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which is kind of strange, seeing as how Vegeta, should have gone just straight into Ultra Ego, but whatever. I think that they're hiding Ultra Ego for a little bit, and we're going to be getting a huge explosion of a surprise when we finally do see Ultra Ego again. Beerus is over here looking sad by himself still. I told you guys that this is weird, so I'm hoping that the next arc is all about Beerus and more information about the gods and the hierarchy and stuff. And that's when they all finally leave Beerus's planet. We don't know how long Goku and Vegeta had been up there, but it's been a long time because of the ending here. Goku's like, you mind giving me a taste of your new power? Piccolo says, I can. I'm a dedicated uncle. I gotta go pick up Pan from school. And instead of Goku saying the fuck is Pan, he just says Pan, like he's confused. And Vegeta lays into him, you're an utter disgrace. She's your own grandchild. And Goku's like, oh yeah, that's right. And Piccolo demands that Goku go with them. And the ending here is all silent. We get the exact same thing that we got before, where Pan senses Goku's energy, doesn't give him a chance to explain who he is, and attacks him, and then realizes that, oh yeah, that's Grandpa, because she hasn't seen him in a long time. And I'm assuming she probably hasn't seen him her whole life. So this is probably one of the first times that we see Pan with Goku, more than likely, at least as old as Pan is. And we get, Piccolo saying goodbye to his boo thing. And then there is a little English excerpt here at the very end. We're all deeply saddened by the news of Toriyama Sensei's passing. His work is an inspiration to us all. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and all the fans who were touched by his work. And that's from the English language team on Dragon Ball Super. It says to be continued. This is not the end of Dragon Ball. I know they're taking at least a month hiatus from this. I don't know how much more after that. I'm sure Toyotaro wants to get some rest and, and deal with all the things he's dealing with right now on his own without any pressure from the manga. I would say we're probably getting a month, maybe 2 months tops of no manga, maybe 3 if they're really trying to extend it. And then they're going to have something huge planned for us for the manga when it comes back. But I can't wait. I'll have a bunch of videos for you guys out on just mangas and fan mangas and everything that I've been covering so far. But let me know what you guys thought of this. This is great. Definitely one of the best manga chapters. And honestly, this whole ending to the superhero arc was better than the movie, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you later.
Subscribe for more content.